Hello, everyone. Welcome back to No Man's Sky 2.3 Perma 2020. Sound is a little bit quiet today. May have something to do with being on Sword last night and changing my sound levels. I'll just talk loud. Today on Perma 2020, we are going to go get some supplies for our farm. We're going to be going to the Golden Royal Mint system and see if we can get some bases to show up. The first thing we need to do, however, is bring in this frigate mission right here. See if we get any goodies. My flashlight's been on again. I don't know what's causing that. Doesn't bother me. Destabilized sodium, money, lemium, emerald, hot ice. And we didn't get an augmentation this time. Good grief. Don't know what's causing that. Now, before we can go do this, I was telling you a couple of episodes ago that we can't do this with all this stuff in our suit. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop essential items into a container that I've moved right next to the door here. I've got two of them. I've got one container for plants, and I've got one container for junk, but I think they're both going to have junk in them because I'm almost out of room already. In order to do that, of course, we need to move stuff from cargo to the front of our suit. And I'm just going to take away non-essential stuff. Exosuit. Just need some room for overflow for the plants. And how much ever I can get rid of or get out of my way. And then we will dump it into these containers. We might have more room. Antimatter. There we go. And I'm going to dump some in here too. Just need overflow space. Actually, walker brains go on the freighter. Put them there. And see if we can get any more non-essential stuff put away. Basic cobalt, regular carbon, copper, indium. Put that on the freighter. We do not need any building material. We don't need extra sodium. And you'll notice I'm putting some stuff on the freighter. If I do happen to need something, oddly, it'll be there. All right, now for this I also had to go back to Euclid. So I think we have enough room. So I went ahead and went through the teleporter back to Euclid. To the location of our portal base. And did I bring the indium? See, I knew I was going to do that. Yeah, see, I need the indium. I can drop that back up onto the freighter as soon as I'm done using it here. I think I might just try to turn down the game sounds, and that might help out a little bit. All of my volumes are changed from last night, and I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, so. Alrighty, here we go. didn't slow down soon enough. There we go. Alrighty. Oh, good. I don't have to charge it after all. That's good. That's the way it should be, because I've charged this portal before. And this is the Euclid portal address for the Golden Royal Mint in the Union of Allied Systems. Which one was that? Oh. Talking and dialing at the same time. And the very last one. You got Permadeath in normal mode, PC and PS4. And the Xbox base, I think, is having to be rebuilt. Here we go. Hopefully we'll be able to see bases. I see bases. Very good. All right. This very specifically, we need one just for plants. Got quite a few here. So. Which one's on which planet here? Is that the lush? Yeah. Let's try this one. Ford Prefect 42 is Scott, and you can find him all over the place. He comes to Swords live streams as well. Like to get him on the subcast and have a chat. That'd be awesome. See if he's got a farm here. Some biodomes, I think. Got to be careful on these planets that have really big bases. Right. Oh, they're double stacked. Let's see if we can get this. That was loud. Good grief, lady. Still a possibility we might have to move stuff to the freighter. We'll just have to see. Yep, inventory full. Oh my goodness gracious. So, we don't have a lot of room. Let's try getting this last one here. The freighter can take much larger stacks. So I could have dumped a few more things out of my suit, but it looks like I would have run out of room anyway. That's permadeath. That's why our farm that I'm building is much smaller. Let's see here. We actually probably didn't need phosphort. We'll get rid of just a little bit more. See if we can get some more stuff. Which one was it? I didn't get all of it. Yeah. That's because these are double domes. Okay. Might have to make more than one trip to do this, but I think we found a great supply farm for Permadeath here. How we doing? A little bit more. All right. You see he has his supply depot set up right here. That one's empty, actually. And would be, I don't know, it's not hooked up. This may not be done. There's paraffinium and nitrogen. You can see the color. See the paraffinium is dark colored, and the nitrogen he colored yellow. And there's some cobalt, that's dark blue. Cobalt's probably something we could use a supply of. He's got another connection to a further part of his base right here with a site-to-site teleporter. We didn't even get half of his farm. So you can see how you really need to watch the size of your farm. And I didn't see any containers there. Let's go back up here. Go back through the portal. So in order to plant any of these things, we have to have the chemical on us as well. And I have just a little bit of dioxide and pyrite. You also need phosphorus and paraffinium on you to plant circuit boards. So some of that has to be put away in order to use it to plant. Conversely, you can buy a hauler and completely empty it out, move all the tech into the back, and then you have 48 more slots. Have some room for some of this. Where's my base at? There it is. Going in and planting the bits and pieces piecemeal would be really frustrating if you tried to do that. Let's just drive this all the way down. And we will teleport right back to Isentam. And there we go, nitrogen base. The nice thing about the matter beam is stuff can just be on your freighter and you can easily access it. With containers now, I'm going to have to go and it's interesting. I need to send the power directly to the teleporter first. With with containers, we actually have to go in there. And they're at the end. There's an empty one. And let's see here. I don't see any star bulb in there. And I didn't put any in there. So we'll go ahead and dump all that extra facium. Oops. Now the reason I'm not going directly to storage is because there's stuff already, or there's space available in the first few storage containers for other stuff. And so I don't want to mess that up. I don't want it in every storage container. Oops. It seems like a hassle, but getting all the plants together before you start trying to plant your base is really important, because it drops down the level of running back and forth that you have to do. Oops, 2 more stacks in there. All right. And there's the rest of the plants. And that looks good. There's some stuff here we don't need. There's another empty one. And that's the other stuff. Okay. I don't know quite how I did that. I think I meant to put that someplace else. All right. And then we could drag stuff off the freighter. Stuck on the hallway. Wow. We might have all the plants we need. And let's see, and more frostwort. Oh, probably don't need that. A little bit more. Walls. And I don't want to put it in there. See if I can find the regular container for planting. There it is. Not much room in there. Let's take that out. And that. And any more dioxide? Okay. And there's GTT. All right. This is basically all about inventory management at this point. And that's our stasis device building containers. And all that. And all that stuff. Okay, that goes in that stasis device container. Some things are going directly into the cargo. And when you're taking things out of a container, though, you're kind of stuck doing just the just into the main inventory there. It's gold, silver, platinum, metal plate. I already have indium on me. And we need to move the ferrite and dioxide. Oh, that was just extra sodium. We'll just dump that. And oops. Looks like I might have too much silver too. And platinum. Now, the only reason that I'm picky about where I put stuff is so that I can find it. If it doesn't really matter to you where things are, if you just always use the quick menu, then it's not as big of a problem. Let's see, regular stasis device container. Where'd you go? Behind me? They're not in the same order on the ground as they are up on the freighter. Do I have room for that? Very good. All right. Got just a couple of things left to organize. And I want to go ahead and pick the sac venom and put it in storage so that it'll grow again. That's the ATM. Should fit right there. Sac venom. There we go. I have 10 of them now. That ought to do. There's some ionized cobalt. And I'll put the extra silver and gold in there. And see, I had an empty slot, so that extra 25 sodium just went into the nearest area. And condensed carbon. There we go. So I didn't put everything back, but I doubt that I needed everything that I had in there. That happens too. Stuff just tends to pile up. Now let's see if we can just pick the domes that I have. These are just straight circuit boards. There we go. I already have quite a bit of carbon. Let's see about our nitrogen. 2200 nitrogen. Does not fit in the front of my suit, which is not surprising with all that circuit board stuff in there. Let's see if we can pick up the paraffinium. 2500 paraffinium, which I don't need at all. So we're gonna leave it there because I have thousands and thousands and thousands of paraffinium. All right, where are we at here? Some stuff needs to go out of here. Oops, wrong way. Let's go down to container 2, or container 3. And that's stasis devices. Container 2 is the paraffinium. And the nitrogen is already full. And stuff. There's stuff. Might transfer the stuff out of... Oh, it'll end up in there. Let me block that. I'll take care of it in a minute. You gotta block the container by spreading stuff out that you're gonna take right out of there if you want to just dump things. Like if I wanted to go right straight from the starship to the storage container, I'm gonna have to move stuff or it's gonna just end up in that same container with the stasis device stuff. Oh boy, we got a ton of plants. I've got a ton of planting to do still. I wanted to go get plants before I did that. And I also still want to get the oxygen hooked up in case we need that. It's not an emergency because we have over 3,000 oxygen already. All right, you guys, that is the messy part of permadeath and trying to do harvesting plants. And the only way that we can help this is by buying a hauler with 48 slots. You can also use the Colossus, although I don't think I have the technology. Oh, I can do it. I need paraffinium. Let's see. Paraffinium. Here's some right there. So you just drop the Colossus. If it's the only one here and you don't have an exocraft call station, it's the automatic exocraft. And looks like we have to get in and out, maybe? Yep. There we go. The great thing about using an exocraft for planting is it's just like the freighter with the matter beam. So now we have an empty exocraft, and that's nearly 48 slots. It's just like having a freighter. You can just pull it right into your suit, so it goes right straight there. Colossus. And that saves quite a bit of hassle, actually. And so I did it my way. I would park the roamer directly under the biodomes. And that made it so I could just transfer stuff automatically back and forth. And it's a super simple way of doing it. All right, that was a workout. I want to thank you all so much for coming along. We will see you tomorrow. Have a great day.